good, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back. AFL. We are indeed back. Yeah. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. The most embarrassing AFL records ever. Shout out to my boy Flair Footy. Footy Flair. This past weekend, saw a good weekend. A lot of stuff I predicted was, I think I was right. Obviously, probably the most craziest one was the Sydney Geelong game. Both teams, 54-54, and as a tie. Just my disappointment. Both teams just continued on to this season. That's just just going off of what they did last year, exceptly with how Geelong played last year. So that's that. Obviously the boys didn't win. We did beat Richmond pretty easily. I think Friday, well, my time Friday, we played at 11:45 p.m. So if we should be good for that. I'll let you guys know if any late minute stuff. If not, like I said, I really need to get back to my AFL streams. I can't lie to you guys. It's been slacking for real. That's my apologies for that. So yeah, Brisbane won and nobody else did their thing. So anyway, these embarrassing records. We are gonna see what it's about. As always, don't forget to like and sub as well. Whew. Let's get it, man.
In round 15, 2010, Lewis Jetta kicked his first career goal in his 15th game. You may have thought he wasn't able to get his chance because he was playing in the back line. However, you would be mistaken, as Jetta would actually miss the first 19 shots at goal in his career, the most in AFL history. Jetta would find redemption 2 years later, where he would lead the Swans with 40. As Jetta would actually miss the first 19 shots at goal in his career, the most in AFL history. Jetta would find redemption 2 years later, where he would lead the Swans with 45 goals and a premiership. However, that does not live up to the lowest score scored by a team at 0 goals and 1 behind, achieved by St Kilda in round 17, 1899, where they lost to Geelong, who scored 23, 24, 162. This game also contributed to the first game of 10 or more goals by a single player, which was achieved by Joe McShane, who kicked 11 on that day. St Kilda have had a number of embarrassing records. For a team to have won only a single premiership over 100 years in existence, they have had much unwanted success on the other side of the ladder, having been awarded a record 27 wooden spoons for finishing last in the AFL. St Kilda had a pretty good head start to this, being bottom of the ladder in the first 6 seasons, only recording 2 wins in those 6 seasons.
You know what's crazy about like looking at this? Like every decade, starting in like the 40s, they had some shitty moments. Look at the 40s, 5 times. The 50s 3 times, the 70s, the 80s. They weren't good in the 80s. But 90s, they seem like they got,
They would eventually see some success, but not with many dark times. North Melbourne is the next closest with 15 wooden spoons.
St Kilda, man. Good season.
St Kilda and losing. A team being unsuccessful can be embarrassing to say the least, but at least you have your mates to do it with you. However, potentially one of the most forgettable and embarrassing careers has to go to Ted Hall, who was a midfielder playing for the Saints between 1897 and 1902. Over his 6-season career, Ted played 73 games. He holds the abysmal record of the most games played before registering a single win, being 62 games. And on his 63rd game, in his 5th season in round 12 of the 1901 season, he would achieve his first win in a game of football against Carlton. He would go on to play 10 more games in his career, not registering another win, finishing his career with a winning percentage of just 1.37%. A record I don't believe will ever be broken again.
Oh, the Mr. Hall is crazy.
Dreadful. But how about never winning one in your whole career? I'm sure there are many players who have played in the AFL or VFL who did not register a win in their career and experienced a handful of losses before they were delisted or had to end their career early. Well, can you imagine the record for the most ever losses without a win?
Look at the fit. Look at the jerk we're seeing on the screen right now. Look at my boy in the red. All red. Clean fit, big old logo in the middle,
ever losses
thing crazy
in their whole career goes to a man by the name of Lester Kelly. Kelly played for the team University over 3 seasons between 1912 and 1914. After 40 games, Kelly would go on to retire, having the record for the longest career without registering a single win. 40 losses could drive anyone to cut their career short.
Even after 20.
Cade Simpson. Simpson was a backman for the Carlton Football Club. He played
Tim
for the
Kelly.
Blues between 2003 and 2020, winning best and fairest for the club in 2013. He retired in 2020 after playing 342 games and kicking 138 goals.
That's
He
not
once
bad.
held the active record for most consecutive games played with 158, but that is not much of an embarrassing record. Rather, throughout his 342 games, Simpson holds the all-time record for most losses in a career with 215. Simpson came to Carlton in 2003, where the Blues had recently faced sanctions for exceeding the salary cap. As a result, the team had lost its top picks, and with a lot of the old legends of the 80s and 90s retiring, the Blues were in a rebuilding period. However, without much success, Simpson was part of much of those times and experienced much loss. Simpson did, however,
Just a
experience
loser.
some finals in his career and was recognized as a great and loyal player. Some
Golly.
players are unfortunate to not ever play.
That
in
is
the
unfortunate,
finals, and
though.
that was true
Ooh,
for Trevor
jeez.
Barker. Barker played for St Kilda between 1975 and 1989. One of the high-flying players of the 70s.
Yeah,
and
Trevor
80s,
Barker.
was loyal to St Kilda.
Look at that.
even through
Nuts all in the
darkest
bag.
times, refusing enticing offers from rival clubs to jump ship. He decided to stay at the club he supported as a child and ended up a legend of the club, captaining the side from 1983 to 1986, winning 2 Best and Fairest awards, as well as being inducted posthumously in the St Kilda Hall of Fame in
that's what's up.
2003, and later the
That's what's
AFL Hall
up.
of Fame in 2019. The St Kilda Best and Fairest award is also named after him. However, over 230 games, Barker holds the unfortunate record for
Barker.
the most games played without appearing in the finals.
Yeah.
The AFL brings all sorts of personalities to the game.
Hey, I have to admit though, that's loyalty. Even though when the going gets tough, you ain't winning, you're losing a lot. Stick with that one team. If you look at the NBA, the Dirks, the Kobe's, Dirk, Kobe, Tim Duncan, it's loyalty
Throughout
everywhere,
history,
man.
We have seen many rough
You gotta
players
just
who aren't afraid to throw
gotta be
hands
gotta be
now and then.
built.
When you think of players who tend to face
I don't know about
suspension,
loyalty
often
everywhere.
You think of Barry Hall or Toby Green.
Yeah.
Another that pops into mind is Stephen Baker, who played
Stephen Baker.
203 games for the Saints between 1999 and 2000.
Yo, Saints are getting featured a lot.
In 2010, round 13 against Geelong, Baker was given the duties to tag Steve Johnson. Throughout the
Dang.
game, Baker had struck Johnson 3 times and made unreasonable contact with him while he was injured. This led to him receiving a total of a 9-week match ban, which is the longest given from a single match under the points tribunal system. There have definitely been players who have received life bans over other
Dang,
instances.
my boy,
But speaking purely from a single match under the current system, this is the longest. While playing for Sorrento Football Club in the Mornington Peninsula Football League, in 2013, Baker was suspended for 6 weeks for unduly rough conduct.
Yeah,
against an
bro just got
opponent
anger
preseason.
issues.
This sanction took his
Bro just got
total
anger
career
issues.
suspensions beyond the threshold to be automatically deregistered from playing football for life, ending his playing career at all levels. But Baker successfully appealed the 6-week suspension, enabling him to continue playing. Suspensions can
Heck
cost you
no.
and your team your services, but giving away free kicks costs you in the game. And the record for frees given away goes to none other than Melbourne's newest recruit, Brodie Grundy. In the
Brodie
2014 Anzac Day clash, Grundy registered 25 hitouts and 12 disposals. The Pies had an abysmal start, being down 40-4 halfway through the second quarter. However, the Pies managed to come back to win 83-60 on the heroics of Dane Swan, who racked up 26 disposals and 4 goals. However, Grundy would go on to beat the AFL record for frees given away at 8, which was 5 more than anyone else on the ground. Brodie Grundy is a great player, we would all agree, but what's worse than one great player with an embarrassing record would be 3 great players with abysmal records. And not just any great
Just
players,
3.
but 3 Brownlow medalists. AFL players pride themselves on their ability to be accurate with their ball possessions, but some games don't go their way. Brownlow medalist Mark Rasciuto holds the record for most clanger or turnover handballs in a game, with 6, while fellow Brownlow medalist Gary Ablett Jr. holds
Hey.
the record for the most clanger kicks at 8.
Dang,
But
not my
the most
boy.
clanger
Hey,
possessions
don't
goes
matter
to
who
none
you-
other than 2-time Brownlow medalist Nat Fyfe at
Nate
13
Nat Fyfe.
in one game. He is in good company, holding that record with Heath Shaw and Adam McPhee. But the worst record of all in this video, I believe, goes to another Brownlow medalist by the name of Adam Cooney, who in round 19, 2015, racked up 20 possessions, with 5 of those kicks being out of bounds on the full, being the most any player has
I'm sorry.
individually kicked out of the full.
That's not good. That was not good. I think the craziest thing is to go your whole career without winning a game. I mean, 40 games. like for you, right? And you can't win a single game, dude. After 2025, mine, dude. I'm starting to question like, what's going on here? You guys let me know what's your favorite record from this video. Always don't forget to like and sub as well. Take care. Stay amazing. Peace.